Today, I will teach you step by step how to quickly start up the Rockchip RK3568 development board. Feel free to get all the software materials by clicking the link below. I will explain in detail the 5 parts: preparation before powering on, serial port login, network login, screen switching, and system shutdown. Open the file and you can see a text document named File Structure. It can help us quickly find the parts we want, such as source code packages, image files, and commonly used tools like FileZola. Now we need to install the serial port driver required for the RK3568 development board. It can be found under the Linux tool directory, named CP210XVCP Windows. Then, according to your computer system type, choose the installer with the suffix x86 if it's 32-bit, or directly install the one with suffix x64 if it's 64-bit. Follow the prompts for default installation. Once the installation is completed, a window will show a notification. Now power on the development board. Connect the power in the board, then connect the board and the computer via a USB Type-C cable. On the computer, right-click this PC, click Device Manager, Ports, and you will see that the 3568 serial port chip has been recognized. Next, we need to use a serial terminal software. You can use your preferred software. Here we use PuTTY as an example. Since the serial line is COM5 and the board speed is 115,200, we enter these manually and click Open to open the terminal. This will bring up the interface, which is the command line interface of the development board. Now boot up the development board. You can see printed messages appearing on the screen. There is a 1-second pause, where we can choose to perform the screen selection operation. Let's skip that for now, and let it boot by default. Wait until it finishes booting. After boot is complete, press enter and you will see that the user is root, and the device is 3568. Now you can run commands like ls to view the current file structure, and perform some basic command operations. In addition to serial login, it also supports network login. Note that the IP address of the development board and the host must be on the same subnet. The default IP of the development board's Eth0 is 192.168.0.232. Connect it directly to the computer with a network cable, and set the computer's IP to the same subnet, 192.168.0.x. Open the computer's network settings, and go to Ethernet settings. Normally, the IP is automatically assigned. Change it to manual IP for configuration and assign it an IP in the 192.168.0 subnet. I set the computer's IP to 192.168.0.111. The subnet mask and gateway can be set according to your own situation. Now the computer's IP is in the 192.168.0 subnet. Now open PuTTY again and choose SSH login. The development board's IP is 192.168.0.232 and the port is default. Make sure the computer and the development board are connected via the network cable. Then click Open, and the network login window will pop up. You can enter the SSH login username and password. Login is root, the username is root and the password is also root. After login, run ls to check files. You can see that the operating user has become root at RK3568, indicating that SSH login is successful. It works the same as serial login, and you can directly operate the board. The RK3568C development board supports multiple screen display interfaces. Now let's demonstrate screen switching control. Restart the system either by pressing the physical button, or by using the reboot command. During boot, when the printed messages pause for 1 second, press the spacebar to enter the user's screen selection stage. You will see user printed messages. According to the instructions, press number keys on the keyboard. Press 2 to enter screen configuration. You'll see that the default HDMI channel is on. The MIPI or ED multiplex channel is set to MIPI, and the LVDS channel is also on. For example, if we want only HDMI output, we can turn off MIPI and LVDS. Pressing 2 again shows that MIPI or ED has switched to ED. If we also don't want to use ED, press 2 again to switch MIPI and ED off. Since we only want HDMI output, press 3 to turn off LVDS. Now LVDS is off. So now only HDMI is on. Press 0 to exit, then press 1 to execute reboot. You will see that only the HDMI screen lights up while the other two are off. Of course, we can use the same method to choose and light up only the LVDS, or only the MIPI screen. The above is the demonstration of the normal boot and screen switching process for the RK3568 development board. Finally, for the system shutdown, normally, we can directly cut off power, but if you're performing file storage or other functions, do not power off directly during operation to avoid irreversible file damage. If you want to shut down right after completing file operations, enter the sync command to save recent operations and prevent file loss. You can also use the power off command to shut down the board. You'll see the power indicator on the RK3568 baseboard turn off, while the core board power light is still on. At this point, turn off the power switch on the baseboard.